All right, we are live at Riverlands Sports Complex here at Dick Seltz Field, number 1 field. It's the big one with a great press box here, and do all the Austin Riverland games here a couple of years ago, because couldn't do them last year. But we are set for a big tilt here in high school baseball action as the Class A Titans face each other here. 21-0 Hayfield Vikings ranked number 1 in Class A. And the 18-2 Austin-Pacelli Athletics ranked number 6 in Class A. 1 against 6, something's got to give. These two teams almost met in the regular season, but they got that game rained out, and then since they're not in the same conference, they just ended up canceling it because they couldn't find any dates that meshed to make it up. So we were all ready to do that game and got disappointed, but I figured they might meet here in the sections, and this might not be the first time, or the only time, rather, that they meet here in the sections, because the loser of this game plays again at 7 o'clock tonight. We'll do that game here on Power 96 as well. They'll play the winner of the Wabasha-Kellogg Southland game. The 3 and 5 seeds are playing on another field here at Riverland right now, and the winner of that game plays the loser of this game at 7:30 start time here at Riverland Field 1. And the winner of that 7:30 game will face the winner of this game on Thursday for the right to go to state. The winner of this game will have to win one of two. The winner coming up through the losers bracket will have to sweep 2 in a row from the other. So it's going to be interesting here. We'll learn a lot more after today for sure. We have a lot of great sponsors to thank, including Hodgman Drainage, as well as Absolute Ag. The scoreboard is going to be sponsored by Viking Realty in Hayfield, as well as Southeast Minnesota Real Estate of Hayfield. Strikeouts for the Hayfield pitchers brought to you by Absolute Ag. And Hayfield, Lyle-Pacelli pitching strikeouts brought to you by AgriSteel of Lyle. And Lyle-Pacelli singles, base hits, going to be brought to you by Farmers Insurance Agent Jim Benson out of Austin. So we thank all of those folks for making it possible. And we got a ace pitching matchup here. Easton Richter going for Hayfield. He is a junior. And Fritcher is being announced right now as they get to the Hayfield starting 9. He's going to face Cole Walter, a senior catcher. Zach Bollingberg, senior pitcher, going for Austin-Pacelli. Batting second. Sam Nelson, a senior center fielder, will bat third. Jed Nelson is a shortstop batting fourth. He's a senior. 8th grader Hunter Vadir will bat fifth, and he is playing right field. Mac Nelson is a sophomore, playing third base and batting sixth. 7th in the lineup for Brock Myers Austin-Pacelli Athletics is Jake Truckenmiller, the sophomore, playing left field. Jaden Lewis, a senior second baseman, will bat 8th. And Landon Meyer, another 8th grader, starting for Brock Meyer and playing first base, batting 9th in the lineup for the Athletics. And when Bollingberg is pitching for the Athletics, he'll be going against Easton Fritcher. Batting first and pitching. Joey Temple, the senior third baseman, will bat second. Carver Height, 9, playing right field, and he's a junior, batting third. Batting fourth, Lucas Hansen, a senior first baseman. 5th in the lineup, Isaiah Temple, a senior catcher. Ethan Slothog is playing left field tonight for the Hayfield Vikings, and he's a senior, batting 6th. 7th is Eric Bungham, the senior shortstop. D.H. Isaac Watson, a junior, batting 8th. Nolan Clockey, a junior center fielder, will bat 9th. And Kobe Foster plays second. He's a junior and will not bat to start things here tonight. As we have the introductions all ready to go. Apparently no national anthem because they're already doing their warm-ups. So we'll keep it here. And getting ready for the home-standing Hayfield Vikings because they have the number 1 seed in the class. And number 2 seed is Austin-Pacelli. So they'll be the visiting team. And starting out at bat. And both teams have the same color scheme, sort of. The Athletics from Austin-Pacelli with the blue jerseys and white pants, and while the Hayfield Vikings will be wearing the white jerseys and white pants. But they both have the blue-white combo in some way. And just about getting ready for the first pitch here as Fritcher takes his last warm-up tosses. The junior left-hander, up there and getting ready. He will face the combination of Cole Walter, senior catcher, Zach Bolenberg, the senior pitcher, and Sam Nelson, senior center fielder. But they do have a couple of eighth graders starting. Hunter Vadir, and he's a right fielder, as well as Landon Meyer, the first baseman. So quite young there, but some other senior leadership on the Hayfield Vikings, or the Austin Pacelli athletics at bat here. They have the eighth graders. But, hey, they're 18-2, so whatever works for you is what you go with. If they're good athletes, doesn't matter how young they are, I guess. They get the job done. All right, there's the throw down to second. That means the warm-ups are done, and Cole Walter is going to step into the right-hand side of the batter's box for Pacelli, Lyle-Pacelli. Did I call him Austin Pacelli? I'm sorry. They're Austin Pacelli for some sports, Lyle-Pacelli for others. This is Lyle-Pacelli baseball. 18-2, but facing 21-0 Hayfield. As we get ready to go here, and Walter steps in, digs his feet into the deep in the right-hand side of the batter's box. And Easton Fritcher with the first pitch is underway, and he hits the inside corner for a strike. And it's 0-1. And Walter ready for the next pitch. That was high. It's going to be a 1-1 count. Beautiful day again for baseball action. Roasting hot and sunshine everywhere. This whole field is bathed in sunshine right behind home plates. The shadows right now, but that'll change as we get going with two games here tonight. And ball 2-1 to Walter. Of course, we're on Power 96, 96.1 FM, and online with the video and audio streaming. And he lifts one. It's going to be on the foul line, past the foul line in foul territory, where Fritcher takes it on a unassisted grab there. Little pop to the pitcher, and there's one up and one down. Zach Bolenberg, pitcher to pitcher now. And he is a right-hander. And, of course, we're online, kqprfm.com on our website. Our Facebook page is facebook.com/Power96MN. And then our YouTube channel. You can go there, just go to youtube.com and search for Power 96 Baseball, and you can watch video and audio of any game we're doing here, leading up to, and not including, though, the state tournament. They won't allow that there. 0-1 to Bolenberg. And then he takes pitch number 2, and that's a ball, 1-1. One up, one down, top of the first, scoreless here. And now the first base, or the field umpire, walking over to the Lyle-Pacelli dugout and saying something. He's got that off his chest, and he goes back to his position. Nothing changes. It's still 1-1. And lefty Fritcher delivers to Bolenberg, who's a righty, and hits outside for a ball, 2-1. Nobody on, one out, just underway at Riverland Complex here. It's a beautiful complex, a bunch of fields. We're on field number 1, Dick Seltz Field. That's fouled down the first base, sliding on out of play. 2-2. Senior Zach Bolenberg, one of the major cogs in the Lyle-Pacelli lineup. And, of course, from the hill. Here's the lefty's delivery, and that's outside, so it's going to be 3-2. Good eye there by Bolenberg, just letting that one go on that outside corner, just missed the corner. And now, quickly, Fritcher back to work, and he gets one down the middle, bounce to third on a hop, over to first in time. And that was Temple to Hansen to complete the 5-3 put out, and 2 up and 2 down for Sam Nelson, the senior center fielder. And he's going to bat left-handed against lefty Easton Fritcher. Interesting to see how this goes. Lefty against lefty. Great crowd on hand for both schools here. Down the baselines and lawn chairs all over. Well, he ducked out of the way of that one, but the umpire calls it a strike. So 0-1 to Sam Nelson. They have like 4 Nelsons on their team. There's Sam and Jed, who is up next in the starting lineup. And then there's Isaac, Okay, maybe they only have 3. Here's the pitch. And the 0-1 is called strike 2, so quickly in a hole is Nelson 0-2. Fritcher trying to go 1-2-3 for Hayfield and get the game off to a great defensive start and get those bats going. And the lefty delivers. And a swing and a miss. And he struck him out, and that is a 1-2-3 inning and a strikeout there for Absolute Ag, brought to you by Absolute Ag in Hayfield, the premier livestock waste handling service around. You can give them all the crap you want. Call Cody at 507-259-9054 and schedule your job. After a half inning, we are scoreless, and the scoreboard brought to you by Viking Realty in Hayfield, specializing in farm properties as well as residential homes. They have state-of-the-art listing, search, and automatic notification services. Those are features that let you control market information so you find a home that fits your exact needs. Call them at 507-477-2649 or visit hayfieldhomes.com and find your little piece of heaven. After a half inning, and now warming up are the Athletics out there. Getting warm-up tosses is Bollingberg, the righty. He will face Easton Fritcher, the pitcher, right away. Pitcher to pitcher. Joey Temple, senior third baseman, is up second, and Carver Height is the junior right fielder, batting third here in the bottom of the first. Defensively, Athletics have Bollingberg pitching, Cole Walters the catcher. Third baseman, Mac Nelson. Jed Nelson right beside him at short. Jaden Lewis is playing second, and Landon Meyer will man first base. Jake Truckenmiller out in left, Sam Nelson in center field, and Hunter Vadir is out in right field. So 3 Nelsons in the starting lineup for Lyle-Pacelli. I think they also had some other doubled up names. Temple's one. A couple of those on the team. As Joey, the third baseman, and Isaiah, the catcher, are Temples. It's all in the family, man. All right, warm-up tosses are done. Here we go. Bottom of the first, scoreless. And Hayfield with their first at-bats here, putting their undefeated 21-0 record on the line. Ranked first for a long time, most of the year on Class A baseball list. And lefty Easton Fritcher up first against Zach Bollingberg. Here we go. The righty delivers, and the first pitch is blasted to right for a base hit. Single. He rounds first and goes back there, and that is the first hit of the game, and it is in favor of Hayfield. No wasted no time. First pitch, ripped it right past the first baseman, between first and second, and into right field. Joey Temple up next. The righty with a man on, nobody out here. Bottom of one, he gets his signs from the third base coach. Steps into the right side of the batter's box. And the delivery is a called strike on the outside corner, as Fritcher takes his lead out of first and bounces around out there trying to distract the pitcher or the catcher. Maybe entice them into a wild throw out there. So the 0-1 is on the way, and that's a bunt. Third base side foul. So it's 0-2 now to Temple. And he'll be swinging away at the next pitch he feels is in the strike zone. He's going to have to be careful, as Bollingberg can now kind of nibble at 0-2. Doesn't have to serve one up. And it's 0-2. Runner on first, nobody out. Bottom of first, and that one is hit opposite field right through the same spot between first and second. So a couple of leadoff singles. And the Hayfield Vikings have the go-ahead run at second with Carver Height, the junior right fielder, coming up with men on first and second and nobody out. Pacelli bringing third baseman in on the grass. Shortstop's playing deep. Second baseman's messing with the second base runner, and first base is right behind the base runner over there, and there's a called strike to Height. Outfield is playing around a little bit to the left. At least the center fielder is playing more in the gap to left. It's 400 feet out of center field here. 325 down the right field line, and both lines 325. There's ball one, 1-1. Carver is a junior. He's got a big spot here, base hit. Likely scores Fritcher. He's got speed. He gets his lead. Temple off first base, a lead as well. And here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. 1-2 to Height as Bolenberg gets the advantage. Nobody out and 2 on to start the bottom of the first. So Bolenberg needs some help here. That's a bouncer to short. They throw to second for 1, and the relay goes over the head of the first baseman. And that's going to allow Fritcher to score the first run of the game, and it allows Height to get down to second. So you got a base hit with an error on the shortstop on the throw, allowing all the other action to happen. The run score and the advancement to second for Height. Temple's out at second for the first out. And then with 1 down, Lucas Hansen comes up. 1 run in and a runner at second. Just the 1 out. Hansen, senior first baseman, bats right-handed. He's got some yellow shoes. And he takes the first pitch, and that's ball 1. So the RBI for Height. And he ends up out at second on the throw, and here's the pitch. And that is lifted to right. It's shallow, and it's going to drop. But having to hold at second was Height. He didn't dare take off because it looked like the right fielder, Carver Height might, or Hunter Vadir might go in and catch that one. It was very shallow, and he was playing shallow, but he thought it was better to play that off a hop. And so now runners at first and second as we have 4 straight singles to start the game with a throwing error allowing the run to score. First and second now, 1 out for Isaiah Temple. And he takes the first pitch, and that's strike 1. 4 straight singles for Hayfield. It's 1-0, bottom of 1. And that one's hit up the middle, over the jumping second baseman, and into center field. And that's going to load up the bases. As Height goes to third, Hansen is on at second, Temple goes to first. 5 straight singles to start the game. Ethan Slaughog is the senior left fielder, and now he's got the bases juiced with teammates. And 1 out. 1-0 Hayfield. And looking to put on some more here as the strike is called to Slaughog, 0-1. Bolenberg is not having any trouble hitting the strike zone, but these guys for Hayfield are just hitting it right where the defense isn't. A couple of them right between first and second. 1 right over the second baseman's head. And here's the pitch. That one's inside. It's going to be ball 1. 1-1 to Slaughog. And if he gets on without a double play here, Eric Bungham will be up next. The pitch is bounced to infield. It's a force at any bag, and they're going to go to first with pitcher covering. No, yeah. No, actually, they got the out, but the run scores in Height to make it 2-zip. On to third and second go the base runners. So Slaughog out 4-3 for the second out, and now Eric Bungham, the shortstop, a senior, is up with runners at second and third. Hansen's at third, Temple at second. And this one is tagged to left, and it goes over the head of the left fielder, Jake Truckenmiller, and that's going to score the 2 runs and a stand-up 2-run double for Bungham. And it's a blowed open 4-0 lead here in the bottom of the first as Hansen and Temple came in. And a double. So 5 singles and a double. 2 outs here. And a man on second now for Hayfield as Isaac Watson, the DH, the 8-hitter of the inning. He's a junior. Left-hander batter. Takes ball 1. And now called strike 1. 1-1. Hayfield off to a great start here. 4-0 lead in the first with 2 down and a runner on second. Start the game with 5 straight singles. Also working a double. And that one is ball 2. 2-1. As Bolenberg checks the runner and delivers. That one is outside, just off the corner. And it's 3-1 to Watson. And if he gets on, they've batted around here in the first. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. 3-2. Isaac Watson DHing today. Batting for second baseman Kobe Foster. Runner at second, 2 outs, and this one's lifted foul behind the plate, not a play. Still 3-2. Bolenberg looking for an out in any way he can, but I'm sure he would love to get a strikeout to end the inning and give him some confidence heading to the dugout as his teammates and he get the bats going again. Now this one is first base side, but foul. Little dribbler down the line. Still 3-2. Bolenberg's thrown a lot of pitches here in the first. And that could come back to do some damage later in the game, but still early. All he needs is a couple of 1-2-3 innings to get back to normal, but ran into trouble here in the first. That's fouled straight back into the fence, and still 3-2. Isaac Watson. The competing number 2s. Isaac Watson for Hayfield Vikings and Zach Bolenberg for the Lyle-Pacelli Athletics. Here's the pitch. And he hits one foul, out of play, first base side. He's going to give chase, but I think he's running out. I thought that one looked like it was going to go out of play, and it does. Still 3-2. I have to be sitting right in the sunshine. This is great, and I have a black shirt on, so that helps. Just sweating to beat the band here. 3-2 with 2 outs and a runner on second. That one's up the middle for a base hit. Should score the run. They're waving him home, and no throw to the plate. And an RBI single for Watson. And it's 5-0. 7 hits here in the first. I'm keeping track. Don't worry there, Rich. 7 hits in the inning. As Hayfield breaks it open, 5-0 now. 2 down, runner on first. And the 9-hitter, Nolan Clockey up, junior, playing center field today. Takes strike 1. Nothing could be better for Lyle-Pacelli than to get an out somehow. That one's lifted to the gap in right center. That's going to bounce between the 2 outfielders and roll enough to get a run in. And a stand-up triple for the 9-hitter, Clockey. An RBI, and it's 6-0. Wow. The 8th hit of the inning. A double, a triple, and 5 singles. Whew. And they've batted around. We're back to Easton Fritcher, who started this whole thing with a single and scored. Lefty is up again. And 6 zipped, still 2 down. And Bolenberg checking the runner at third and delivers and hits him. Hit him on the shoulder. And so runners at the corners. Hit batsman. And runners at the corners with 2 outs. 5 runs in. 6 runs in. It was 6. Yeah, Watson scored in front of Clockey on the triple. And yeah, thanks to our sponsors. Here after this pitch, we'll get them listed. Oh, that one's lifted to right. Looks like trouble. And just hitting it where they ain't is all they're doing. Right past the right fielder, scores both runs. All the way from first on a stand-up double by Fritcher. or rather by Joey Temple. And he gets 2 RBIs. 8-0. Bottom of the first. Fritcher scored. Clocky scored. It's getting ridiculous. As they have a meeting on the mound now for Lyle-Pacelli. It gives me a chance to tell you that Southeast Minnesota Real Estate and Viking Realty running the scoreboard here today, both from Hayfield. Also, Absolute Ag out of Hayfield is sponsoring strikeouts for Hayfield pitching, and AgriSteel is sponsoring the strikeouts by Lyle-Pacelli pitching, and then base hits for Lyle-Pacelli, sponsored by Farmers Insurance agent Jim Benson. I haven't had any of those yet, but it's only been not even a full inning. We have 2 outs at the bottom of the first, and it's 8-0 Hayfield. But Lyle-Pacelli is a great team on its own. 18, and you don't get to be 18-2 by luck. You got to be able to score when you have to as well, and they do have to now, as a strike is called to Carver Height, his second time up. 12th batter to get up this inning. He singled and scored earlier in the inning. It's 0-1, 0-2. 0-2 to Height with Temple on second. 2 outs and a base hit to center. He's going to score another one to make it 9-0. Wow, what an onslaught. Where does it end? That's another base hit, another RBI, and 9-0 here in the first. Southland has 4 runs in the bottom of the first to go up 4-1 in their game against Wabasha Kellogg. That's the winner of that game, plays the loser of this game next here on Power 96. Lucas Hansen up again for the second time. The first 5 batters in the game reached on singles, and this is the 4th of those 5, and they've reached again. This time, though, lifted to right, played out there, and caught for the 3rd out by Hunter Vadir, and finally the inning comes to a close, but not until they score 9 runs on 8 or 9 hits. I've lost track. I'm going to have to tally those up. That's crazy. But we are through 1 inning. 9-0. Hayfield leads on the Southeast Minnesota Real Estate scoreboard. Rich Regan has 25 years of experience selling properties all over Southeast Minnesota, and he can put you into your dream home by calling 507-477-2000 or check him out online, semnrealty.com.
This Lyle-Pacelli Hayfield Class 1A baseball matchup is sponsored tonight by Hodgman Drainage. Their dedicated team specializes in underground solutions using state-of-the-art technology, delivering superior results. Proudly serving area farmers since 1982. When it's time for drainage design and installation, contact Hodgman Drainage at 507-528-2225.
Back here at Riverland, Dick Seltz Field. 9-0 after 1 in favor of Hayfield, the number 1 seed and number 1 ranked in the Class A standings, as we're taking on Lyle-Pacelli here. The 18-2 Athletics, trailing now 9-0. They're number 6 in Class A and have been treated rudely by the number 1 Vikings. As 9 runs, they had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 hits in that inning. 9 runs on 10 hits. It's crazy. That one throwing error that allowed the first run, and then the gates just flooded open. And now Jed Nelson will lead off here for Austin Pacelli, try and get some runs back here off of Easton Fritcher. Nelson is a senior shortstop, batting right-handed, the cleanup hitter, and Lyle Brockmeyer's Lyle would be the name of the school, Jay. It's Brockmeyer, the manager's name. Strike 1. I thought he was just a cool guy with 3 names, you know. Strike 1 to Jed Nelson. One of 3 Nelsons in the starting lineup for the Athletics. A swing and a miss there for strike 2 as he pulled the string on him there with a little off speed. 0-2. Top of the second for Lyle-Pacelli, and needing a whole bunch of base runners. And here's the lefty's pitch. That was a breaking ball that goes right in there, and a strikeout for Fritcher, and that is a Absolute Ag strikeout brought to you by Absolute Ag in Hayfield, the premier livestock waste handling service around. You can give them all the crap you want. You call Cody at 507-259-9054 and schedule your job. One up, one down, and Hunter Vidier is up. He's the 8th grader, playing out in right-handed batter. One down, nobody on. Top of 2 here in Austin. That one's outside, or inside rather, for ball 1, or 2-0. 2-0 to Hunter. And the pitch from Pritchard is swung on and missed by young Hunter, and it's 2-1 to him. Boy, it just seemed like Hayfield knew exactly where to hit it in that first inning. They were just bombing them everywhere. Lyle-Pacelli players weren't. It was a piece of art, that whole first inning. They were just putting them everywhere they had to. And now it's 3-1 to Hunter Vidier. And the pitch is a called strike. It was low. Hunter thought he was going to get a walk out of that deal, but it's a full count instead. So the 3-2 as Fritcher works quickly. And that one's on the ground, past the first baseman, and a base hit for Hunter. And that is a Lyle-Pacelli base hit brought to you by Farmers Insurance agent Jim Benson. You can get great insurance coverage from home, auto, life, commercial, financial services too. He's got 30 years experience, so he can get exactly what you need. Call 507-433-9696. You got to love that phone number, 9696. Stop in from 8 to 5 weekdays at 209 4th Avenue Northeast in Austin. Say hi to Jim. He's a great guy. So Hunter gets on with a clean base hit, and now Mac Nelson is up, the sophomore third baseman. Strike one called to him. And the first base runner for Lyle-Pacelli. And for their case, I hope it leads to some runs because they're down 9-0. Looks, checks the runner, goes to first, and back in easy is Vidier. So they'll examine things. He's going to have some laundry chores tonight. As the 0-1 is on its way and fouled straight back by Nelson for strike 2. 0-2. The Nelsons, there's senior Jed, sophomore Mac, and who's the other one? This one is a strikeout. Struck him out there, and that's another Absolute Ag K, brought to you by Absolute Ag in Hayfield, the premier livestock waste handling service around. Don't worry, you can't give them enough crap. Call Cody at 507-259-9054 to schedule your job. Hayfield finishes the first with 9 runs, 9 hits. What is it? Southland up 7-1 in the other game that we're keeping track of here on another field here, as the throw is not in time to get the base runner over there at first, Vidier. It actually got away from the first baseman into right field, but didn't get him. So there's still 2 outs, both by the K. Runner at first, and Jake Druckenmiller is up. He's a sophomore left fielder for Lyle-Pacelli, and he lifts one foul down the first base side. It's going to run out of room there and drops to the ground. So it's 1-1 to Druckenmiller. 3 strikeouts for Fritcher on the game. He's an ace for Hayfield. And he's got 9 runs to work with, and he was a big part of getting those. Leadoff batter singled and scored and walked and scored in that first inning. And the 1-1 pitch with 2 down and a runner at first. Swung on and bounced to short. Scooped up there and on to first in time as Eric Bungham gets it to Lucas Hansen, and there's 4 up and 3 down as the scoreboard shows 9-0 after an inning and a half. Viking Realty scoreboard is brought to you by Viking Realty in Hayfield, specializing in farm properties as well as residential homes. They have state-of-the-art listing, search, and automatic notification services that let you control market information so you find a home that fits your exact needs. Call 507-477-2649 or visit them hayfieldhomes.com and find your little piece of heaven. Back with the bottom of the second in just moments.
This Lyle-Pacelli Hayfield Class 1A baseball matchup is sponsored tonight by Hodgman Drainage. Their dedicated team specializes in underground solutions using state-of-the-art technology, delivering superior results. Proudly serving area farmers since 1982. When it's time for drainage design and installation, contact Hodgman Drainage at 507-528-2225. Power 96 is looking for camera operators to assist with our live streaming of high school sports. Pay will be on a per-game basis. If you're interested, either call us at 507-373-9600 during regular business hours or email power96@kqprfm.com.
Back here at Riverland, field number one for the first of two games here. The loser of this game is going to play the winner of the Southland Wabasha Kellogg game right here on this field at 7:30 tonight. We'll carry that one for you too. As the winner of this game will have off till Thursday at 5, and all they have to do is win one of two against the winner of the second game tonight, and it's a trip to state. The winner of the second game will have to beat the winner of this game twice, sweep them in two games in order to go to state themselves. So now, bottom of the second, and they batted 13 players that first inning, did Hayfield, and Isaiah Temple's going to lead him off here, the 5-hitter in the second inning. He singled, hit an RBI single, and scored a run himself in that first. And first pitch to him is a ball. Second one's a called strike. 1-1. As Bolenberg needs to have a much better. Actually, I was going to say, I said it too. He seemed to pitch well enough. It was just they were putting it exactly where the defense wasn't, time after time, for 10 hits in that first inning, 9 runs. Now it's 1-2 to Temple with Ethan Slaughthog on deck and Eric Bungham to follow. That one's inside for a ball, 2-2. 9 runs. They have them for 9 hits. I have 10. And a foul back and out of play. It stays 2-2. They must have called an error that I didn't have. Well, no, they have one error. I have one error. Yep, I got 10. So anyway, there's a strikeout. Oh, that's a good one for Bolenberg. Strikeout from Agra Steel Farmers. When it comes to high-quality galvanized storage, AGI MFS bins lead the industry in strength, quality, and lifespan with one of the highest-rated roof systems in the industry and top-of-the-line G115 galvanization. Visit Agra Steel today at 103 First Street in Lyle or give them a call at 507-325-2382 for more information. One strikeout now for Bolenberg. And it's 1 up, 1 down here in the second inning with Ethan Slaughthog up. He's got one up the middle, but shortstop able to get that one. And up, the throw is off the mark, though. And he's going to stay there, though. So no error on that because he doesn't advance. Just a base hit for Slaughthog. And he was out second to first his first time up. So he's 1 for 2 now. Runner on first and 1 out for Eric Bungham. He is the senior shortstop at a 2 RBI double his first time up. And that one was Jaden Lewis, second baseman. Had a little trouble getting it to first cleanly, but like I said, he didn't advance, so it's not an error. First pitch to Bungham is a ball. Eric is a senior right-handed batter. He lifts one in the air, and it's foul territory, first base side. Chasing over there is, and making the catch, falling down. That's talent. Landon Meyer. He landed on in his butt, but he made the catch in foul territory. And so now 2 down. A little pop to the first baseman. Nicely done, Landon. Isaac Watson's up now, the junior DH. He singled, had an RBI, and scored a run in the first. And the runner goes. The throw is in time, but safe at second is Slaughthog with the first steal of the game. It's pretty decent throw there by Cole Walter down to Jed Nelson at shortstop, covering second. So now a runner at second, 2 down. And Watson takes a pitch there for ball 1, 1-1. Best thing for Lyle-Pacelli would be a quick defensive inning here, and they've got it started. Oh, nice play by pitcher Bolenberg to stop it. He kicked it a little bit, but then picked it up and got it over to teammate Meyer at first in time, and they have their 4 up and 3 down. I was going to say 1, 2, 3 inning, but not quite. 4 up and 3 down on a 1-3 put out there. And so after 2 complete, it's 9-0 in favor of Hayfield, with the Athletics coming to bat for Lyle-Pacelli. And the Southeast Minnesota Real Estate Scoreboard, brought to you by Rich Reekin, has 25 years of experience selling properties all over Southeast Minnesota, and he can put you in your dream home. Just call him at 507-477-2000 or online at semnrealty.com.
Being a teenager is tough.
There's the constant pressure to be liked.
Endless worrying about college.
Cyberbullying, high expectations, all the negativity.
There's no question. Being a teenager is tough. And what do Minnesota's teens do when they want to block out the noise and clear their heads?
We play!
Yeah! Research shows that teenagers who participate in high school sports have lower stress levels, more confidence, and greater self-esteem. And then there's the biggest benefit of all.
High school sports are fun.
Not just fun.
They're a lot of fun.
Encourage your teenagers to participate in a sport or activity when they go to high school. They'll stress less and smile more. And they'll be laying the foundation for a happier, healthier future.
This message presented by the Minnesota State High School League and the Minnesota Interscholastic Activities Administrators Association.
Now after 2, it's 9-0 Hayfield. But Lyle-Pacelli able to settle down there in that second inning defensively and get it 4 up and 3 down, while giving up just 1 base hit and a couple of strikeouts there for Bolenberg. So that looked a lot better in that first inning for sure. Now we go to the third, and it's going to be the 8, 9, and 1 hitters for Lyle-Pacelli, trying to get themselves back into this ball game. Jaden Lewis, the senior second baseman, up first, takes the first pitch. It was a ball. They haven't put it up on the scoreboard, but Reg says ball 1. I'm go with that. And a swing and a miss makes it even at 1-1. Landon Meyer will be on deck with Cole Walter to follow here in the third inning. Top of 3, 9-zip Hayfield. Of course, there's a 15-run. I don't know if it's in the playoffs, but a 15-run rule after 3 is normal for regular season. We'll see if it happens. Well, if it happens. And 10-run rule after 5 innings comes into play. But I don't know if they do that in the playoffs, just let them play it out or what. But we'll find out if we get there. 2-1 now to Lewis. 3-1. Look at Reg being on top of things. And you'll see that on our scoreboard on our feed online. We stream the audio and video. KQPRFM.com. On Facebook page and also on our YouTube channel. Here's the pitch. And that one got away from the catcher on what would have been strike 3, I think. Yeah, otherwise, he wouldn't have hustled down to first. So we're going to count it as a strikeout for Fritcher, and that's another Absolute Ag strikeout brought to you by Absolute Ag in Hayfield. Premier livestock waste handling service around. Go ahead and give them all the crap you want. Call Cody at 507-259-9054 and schedule your job. 4th K of the day for Fritcher, but the runner is safely on. And now leadoff batter Cole Walter, the lefty, senior catcher, takes strike 1. 1 on, nobody out here in the third for Lyle-Pacelli. Number 6 ranked team in Class A baseball in the state of Minnesota. So they got some pride, and they will fight back. I don't think it's going to end up being 9-0 for too long here. Oh, Hayfield is a pretty fine team in their own right. That one's up high for a ball, 1-1. I knew this would be a titanic affair, but I didn't think it would start out 9-0. I thought maybe we'd have 9 runs early, just kind of between the two. Here's the lefty's pitch. That's on that outside corner, according to the umpire, and it's 1-0. and 2 now to Walter. Zach Bolenberg on deck as Lewis gets his lead. Actually, this is Meyer. I missed the guy. Landon Meyer, who strikes out, the 9-hitter. My mistake. Now Cole Walter comes up, the leadoff batter. It's 2 outs. And another K for, brought to you by Absolute Ag, with the premier livestock waste handling service around there in Hayfield. Give them all the crap you want. Call Cody at 507-259-9054 and schedule your job. And that one off balance, Fritcher. As catcher caught it, but Fritcher kind of fell off the mound. Ball 1 to leadoff batter Walter, batting third here in the third. And he takes that one, strike called, to make it 1-1 with 1 out. And 1 on. There's a swing and a miss, as he spun himself into a twister there to go to a 1-2 count. I was just confused a little there because they strike out to start the inning, but he reached after it got away from the catcher, and Jaden Lewis is over there first. And then another one, a little twister, but gets away from the catcher again, and he's going to be safe. Runners at first and second. That's 2 strikeouts that got away. Now they're going to call a batter interference. So first base runner, that was Walter, he's out because they're calling it batter interference. His bat must have hit the glove of the catcher, and so he will be the second out. The runner at second stays out there, Jaden Lewis. And up next is Zach Bolenberg, out on a grounder to third, his first time up. So 2 down. Runner at second, trailing 9-0 here in the top of the third is Lyle-Pacelli. Lefty Fritcher takes a look at the base runner and then delivers. That's high for a ball. 1-0. Six strikeouts for Fritcher. And that one is not in the strike zone again. 2-0. Zach Bolenberg, senior pitcher, against Easton Fritcher, junior pitcher for Hayfield, who's the lefty. Takes a look, checks the runner twice, and then pitches, and it's fouled back and out of play. It's 2-1 now to Bolenberg. And a base hit could give them their first run and make them start to feel a little bit better. Down 9-0 already. That was all in the first inning. They were able to shut Hayfield down in the second inning, but haven't gotten a run on the board themselves, and they're looking for crooked numbers. That one's outside, 3-1. There's a lot of suntans going down today. Probably some burns, too, down there on that third base side. The whole field is still bathed in sunshine. Just behind home is a little shadow. And the rest of the field has sun, as do the foul lines. That one's in play, caught out there in right field by Hayfield's Carver Height for the third out. On a fly to right. And still no runs across for Lyle-Pacelli as they trail 9-0 after 2.5. On the Viking Realty scoreboard, brought to you by Viking Realty in Hayfield, specializing in farm properties as well as residential homes. They have state-of-the-art listing, search, and automatic notification services. Those are features that let you control the market information so you find a home that fits your exact needs. Call 507-477-2649 or visit hayfieldhomes.com and find your little piece of heaven.
Or is it mental? Maybe it's both. Maybe it's whatever empowers a person to dig deeper, fight harder, and overcome obstacles that once seemed insurmountable. Discover how much stronger and more confident your children can be. Encourage them to participate in a sport when they go to high school.
This message presented by the Minnesota State High School League and the Minnesota Interscholastic Activities Administrators Association.
And we go to the bottom of the third. Hayfield already up 9-0. And their number 9 hitter will lead it off for them in the form of Nolan Clockey, the junior. Already an RBI triple in the first inning for him, and he scored a run too. As Bollenberg gets final tosses. Nope, we got a change in pitching here. 18 is up. That'll be Will Tapp, the sophomore, in to pitch for Lyle-Pacelli. Will is a sophomore. Nope, I'm sorry, I got the wrong 18. Jed Nelson is the pitcher. He was playing shortstop. So, yeah, they switched. It's Jed Nelson. My mistake. Looking at the wrong team. So, he comes in from short to pitch, and Bollenberg goes to short on the switch. And Jed is a senior, now at 1 and 2 to lead off batter Clockey. A ball and 2 strikes. Right-hander, Jed Nelson. Rocks and fires. That one just a tad outside, and 2 and 2 now to Clockey. He's going to be followed by Fritcher and Temple in the lineup for Hayfield. Everything's been working for them so far. It's a half swing there, and they're going to appeal to the first base ump, who says he came around enough to be a strike, and that'll be a strikeout for Nelson, his first. And another Lyle-Pacelli strikeout brought to you by AgroSteel. Farmers, when it comes to high-quality galvanized storage, AGI MFS bins lead the industry in strength, quality, and lifespan with one of the highest-rated roof systems in the industry. Visit AgroSteel today at 103 First Street in Lyle, or call 507-325-2382 for more information. And first strikeout for Nelson, 1 up, 1 down. And Easton Fritcher is up with a ball, and now a strike called, 1-1. Fritcher's third time up already. He had a single and scored in the first, and then also in the first walked. Well, he's actually hit by a pitch, and then scored again. And this one's foul, first base side. 1-2 now to Fritcher. 1 out, nobody on. They're bottom of 3. Hayfield up 9-0. And Nelson with a pitch. Swing and a miss. He's got 2 Ks. It's a good start. His second, third of the game for Lyle-Pacelli pitching. And it's brought to you again by AgroSteel. Farmers, when it comes to high-quality galvanized storage, AGI MFS bins lead the industry in strength, quality, lifespan, have one of the highest-rated roof systems in the industry, and top-of-the-line G115 galvanization. Visit them at 103 First Street in Lyle. This one's lifted to left. And the catch is made out there by Lyle-Pacelli's Jake Truckenmiller on a big fly to left, and a 1-2-3 inning in relief for Jed Nelson. That is very welcome. By the way, you can call AgroSteel at 507-325-2382 for more information. And the Southeast Minnesota Real Estate Scoreboard is brought to you by Rich Rieken, and 25 years of experience selling properties all over Southeast Minnesota. Rich can put you in your dream home by calling 507-477-2000 or online at semnrealty.com.
I can't believe we have to make this commercial.
It's ridiculous.
You'll think it's ridiculous too. Listen to this.
This commercial is about, well, it's about parents being rude at high school athletic events.
Ridiculous, right?
It gets worse. Studies show more than 75% of new high school officials are quitting because of bad adult behavior.
So now there's a shortage of refs here in Minnesota, in almost all sports.
No officials means no more games.
Is that what you want for us?
Come on, parents.
It's time to grow up.
Cheer for your team.
Be proud of your children.
But stop being so ridiculous.
And don't make us run another commercial.
Because we will.
This message presented by the Minnesota State High School League and the Minnesota Interscholastic Activities Administrators Association. reminding you to always practice good sportsmanship.
Now another pitching change, this time for Hayfield, as Nolan Clockey comes in from center to pitch, and he does the big switcheroo with Easton Fritcher. So Clockey is a junior, taking over here in the 4th inning. Top of 4, 9-0 Hayfield. What'd you say now about the other game?
Southland and the other one, that's still the same score.
So 4-1, I think it was. 7-1 in favor of Southland over Wabasha Kellogg. In the other game out here at Riverland, that winner will take on the loser of this game in our next game here at 7:30 tonight. That one's first pitch from Clockey's ball to Sam Nelson, 1-0. Sam, the left-handed hitting senior center fielder, struck out his first time up. And he rips that one. It's going to fall in. It does in left center. Base hit. Second hit of the day for Lyle-Pacelli. And that base hit is brought to you by Farmers Insurance Agent Jim Benson. Great insurance coverage from home, auto, life, commercial, or even financial services. 30 years experience, so he can get you exactly what you need. Call 507-433-9696. Stop in from 8 to 5 weekdays at 209 4th Avenue Northeast in Austin. The base runner is Sam Nelson. The batter is Jed Nelson, the right-handed hitting senior shortstop. That one's outside, and the ball, he struck out his first time up. As Fritcher had 6 strikeouts in his first 2 innings of work. But they took him out, switched him with center fielder Clockey. So both teams making a pitching change here. And that one's also high, 2-0. Runner at first, nobody out for the Lyle-Pacelli Athletics. Top of the 4th, scheduled for 7, of course. And Clockey, right-hander, delivers, swing and a miss. 2-1 to Jed Nelson. The seniors Nelson batting back-to-back, 3 and 4 in the lineup for Coach Brock Meyer. The 18-2 Lyle-Pacelli Athletics, number 6 ranked in Class A. Trouble is they're playing number 1 ranked and trailing 9-0. There's a strike call, and it's 2-2 now to Nelson. And Hunter Vadir is on deck, the 8th grade right fielder. Got a single his first time up. And the runner goes. Ball gets away from the catcher, so it'll be an easy steal for Sam Nelson. And now a runner in scoring position for the Athletics, trying to get their first run across. They've got a couple of hits, but no runs. 9 runs on 10 hits for the Hayfield Vikings. They have them for 9 on the scoreboard, but I want to differ because I counted them up 3 times, and I have 10. I trust my eyes. And the pitcher checks the runner at second and delivers. That one is slow dribbler right back to the pitcher. Oh, he stumbles on the throw, but still has enough time to gather himself and throw the runner out to Lucas Hansen over there at first. And on to third, scampers Sam Nelson. So 1 down. And Hunter Vadir is up, singled his first time up. He's got a runner at third now with 1 out here in the top of 4. They got to have a lot of runs, though, trailing by 9 already. That one's in the dirt for ball 1. From Nolan Clockey, relief pitcher here in the top of the 4th. Of course, these teams have to play again. The loser plays tonight, and the winner will play already again Thursday, so not wasting arms. If you got enough good ones, might as well just rotate them through. 2-0 pitch is up high, 3-0 to 8th grader Hunter Vadir. He's going to be taken on this one. It'll be a 4 straight pitch walk. Puts runners at the corners and 1 out for Mac Nelson, the sophomore third baseman. He struck out his first time up. And they're going to talk to Clockey in the infield now. As we have a little break, 9-0 in favor of Hayfield, 7-1 in the other game. favor of 3rd seed Southland over the 5 seed Wabasha Kellogg. And again, we'll have the loser of this game play the winner of that game here at 7:30 tonight. And the winner of that game plays the winner of this game Thursday, right here on this field at Riverland, with the winner of this game having to win 1 of 2, and the winner of that game having to win 2 of 2 to get to state next week. All right, conference is broken up. And Lyle-Pacelli still batting here with runners at the corners. And Mac Nelson, sophomore 3rd baseman, struck out in the 2nd. Right-handed batter steps in to face Nolan Clockey. And he looks at the runners and then throws one inside for ball 1 to Nelson. Sam, Jed, and Mac, the Nelsons. As a 1-0 pitch is on the way, and that is 2-0. Just a tad high for the umpire's liking on that one. 2-0. Runners at the corners, 1 down here in the top of the 4th for Lyle-Pacelli as they try and fight back into this one. And that one made him lean, but still the umpire called a strike on that one as Mac was trying to influence the call there, but didn't work. 2-1. He checks the runner at 3rd. And swing and a Nelson. Miller on deck. The run for Nelson scores on the throw. Vadir is safe on a stolen base, but the strikeout for Mac Nelson, and they're down. He's going to get an RBI out of that, though, and another strikeout for Hayfield pitching the first for Clockey, and that's brought to you by Absolute Ag, the premier livestock waste handling service around. Give them all the crap you want. Call Cody at 507-259-9054 and schedule your job. There's strike 1 called on that outside corner to Jake Truckenmiller, and it's 0-1 with 2 down and a runner at 2nd. Run in for Pacelli to cut the lead to 8, 9-1 here at the top of the 4th. And the pitch, swing and miss. It goes behind the catcher and down to 3rd. Scampers Vadir on the wild pitch. So now the 2nd run 90 feet away for Truckenmiller. Just a base hit. Cuts the lead again. Unfortunately, it goes from 8 to 7. But, hey, take them when you can get them. 2 down, here's the pitch. And that's outside, gets away from the catcher, and the runners, Kevin Vadir scores to make it 9-2. Wild pitches by Clock have allowed Vadir to make it around the bases. And now to Truckenmiller, it's 1-2. With 2 outs and nobody on. 2 runs in here in the top of the 4th for Lyle-Pacelli. And Clockey pitches. That one's outside. It's going to make it a 2-2 count. So 9 in the first for Hayfield and nothing since. And nothing for Lyle-Pacelli in the first 3 innings, but 2 here in the 4th. Nothing but crooked numbers. Oh, and those zeros. There's a swing and a miss and a strikeout for Clockey, and his 2nd of the game, the 3rd out of the inning. And the strikeout brought to you by Absolute Ag and Hayfield, the premier livestock waste handling service. Give them a call. Just give them all the crap you want at 507-259-9054. Schedule your job today. 9-2 now after 3.5, and the scoreboard brought to you by Viking Realty in Hayfield, specializing in farm properties as well as residential homes. And they have state-of-the-art listing search and automatic notification services. Those are features that let you control market information so you can find the home that fits your exact needs. Call 507-477-2649 or visit them online, hayfieldhomes.com, and find your little piece of heaven.
More and more these days, it feels like sports are losing out to hype. Who dissed who? Who signed the fattest contract? Who got busted for cheating? Lost 2 is the unique capacity sports have to inspire us, to unite us. Well, great news, sports fans. Sports are still being played for the right reasons. They're still as entertaining as they are character building. You just have to know where to find it. And you only have to look as far as your local Minnesota high school. You know, the place where the games are exciting, concessions are affordable, and the parking is free. Where the emphasis is on hustle and heart instead of hype. If you prefer real, honest-to-goodness sport played for all the right reasons, you'll find it at your hometown high school. High school sports. Games are being played this weekend at a Minnesota high school near you. Okay, everybody, who's in?
This message presented by the Minnesota State High School League and the Minnesota Interscholastic Activities Administrators Association.
9-2 now, and the bottom of the 4th as Hayfield comes up to bat with the lead. Carver Height will lead off. He fouls one back. Ooh, it got through the got through the netting and hit the. There's just a little blip in the netting, and it got right through there and came up here in the press box area. Strike 1. That woke everybody up. And that one's outside for a ball. 1-1 to Carter Height. Then Lucas Hansen and Isaiah Temple for the Hayfield Vikings. Up 9-2 here in the bottom of the 4th. And the pitch is blasted in the air to center, but making a trip in and getting a beat on it and making the catch is Sam Nelson, the center fielder. 1 up and 1 down on a fly to center. And Lucas Hansen will be up next. He singled his first time out and scored. And then he flew out to right for the 3rd out of the 1st inning. He was actually the 13th batter. He was up for the 2nd time then. Hasn't batted since. Now we're here in the 4th with 1 down and nobody on. And Sam Nelson, or Jed Nelson rather, the relief pitcher for Lyle-Pacelli, starts him out with a strike. And it's 0-1. And the next pitch is inside for ball 1. 1-1. 1-1, 1 out. Nobody on as the Lyle-Pacelli defense has stabilized here. After the 9-run first, they haven't given up anything since. I was even seeing just one hit since the 1st inning for Hayfield.
Southland scored again. It's 8-1.
8-1 Southland now in their game. They're in the 4th or 5th or something like that over there too. So that one is getting out of hand. 4th inning. And it's 2-2 now to Lucas Hansen from Jed Nelson. Nelson stretches and throws, and that's bounced foul. 3rd base side. 2-2 still. And Isaiah Temple on deck. As Hayfield just exploded in that 1st inning. The first 5 batters singled, and they had 4 runs on the board. And then they had a base runner thrown out, and then another out, and then a 2 RBI double, and then another single, and then a triple, and a walk, and a double. It just never stopped. They were hitting it wherever the Pacelli players were not. It was a clinic in hitting. That one over the head of the batter, Hansen, and it happened to be ball 4, so he takes his base on the first walk. Actually, second walk. No, it's first walk for Nelson, second walk overall. The other one was a hit batsman by starting pitcher Zach Bolenberg. Isaiah Temple up now. He singled, RBI, scored, and then struck out. Lead runner, Lucas Hansen, gets his lead at first. Swing and a miss by Temple for strike 1 from Jed Nelson of Lyle-Pacelli, who's already got more strikeouts than Bolenberg had as the starter. He had 1, and then Nelson's got 2. As he delivers, and a foul ball into the fence behind home for strike 2, and he's up on Temple. 0-2. And no balls, 2 strikes, 1 out, runner on first. Here's the pitch. That one's outside and gets away from catcher Cole Walter, and on to second goes Lucas Hansen. Walter checks his catcher's mitt, make sure there's not a hole in it, because that one went right through it. And it's a 1-2 count to Temple with a runner at second now and 1 out. As Hansen gets a big lead off of second, and the pitch is inside. And again, oh, they're going to call it hit him on the arm. Just breezed him on the arm, and he's going to end up taking a base. And base runner Hansen was almost to third, and he'll have to go back to second on the hit batsman. Second hit by pitch of the day for Lyle-Pacelli pitchers. And Ethan Slothog coming up. He was out second to first in the first, and then he had a single and a steal in the second, but was stranded at second. 1 down, and runners at first and second now for Hayfield. As strike 1 is called on Slothog from Nelson. Bottom of 4, scheduled for 7. 9-2, Hayfield. Lyle-Pacelli has put on the brakes, though, on the Hayfield scoring, as that one is bunted foul. Actually made the roof of the press box here, the stands. It's quite the foul on a bunt. It's 0-2 to Ethan Slothog. The basketball star from the state championship team from earlier this year. And over his head, that one goes for 1-2 count. He's a couple times thrown it over the head of the batter, so probably, there's a lot of sweat. The ball slips through all that sweat. And I doubt he's sending a message. That's fouled off. And a strike, so 1-2 to Slothog with 1 out and 2 on here in the fourth.
Southland got another one, 9-1 in the fourth.
9-1 Southland over Wabasha Kellogg. That one's up the middle, scooped up there by the shortstop. Steps on second for 1, on to first for the double play. An inning-ending double play by Pacelli shortstop Jed Nelson. Beautiful. He scooped it up on the bag. Basically, the ball was going over second base. He got it, stepped on second to force the runner, Temple, and then threw it on over to Landon Meyer for the double play. That is a 6-3 double play for the second and third outs, and it ends a threat there by Hayfield, and it's still 9-2 now after 4. The scoreboard brought to you by Southeast Minnesota Real Estate. Rich Rieken has 25 years of experience selling properties all over Southeast Minnesota, and he is waiting to put you in your dream home by calling 507-477-2000 or online at semnrealty.com. And we are through 4 innings here, 9-2. But like I said, Hayfield has managed just 1 hit since that first inning outburst of 9 runs on 10 hits. So Lyle-Pacelli has been doing the job defensively. They just need to get the bats going a little bit more. They haven't scored until last inning when they got a couple of runs. They're going to have 8, 9, and 1 hitters coming up here. And 8 and 9 struck out their first times up, so they're going to have to reverse that for the Athletics in order to get back into this ball game, because they're running out of time here in the 5th inning. Down to their last 9 outs. Do we have another pitching change or what? Everybody's watching. Got to see a number on this guy. No, it looks like Clocky, number 5, yep. Oh, they're waiting on the catcher. And the outfielders were just talking to the umpire out there. So boys will be boys and talk, probably saying, how were your grades this year? And that was why they got a good chuckle out there. I'm not casting aspersions on anybody. I had a D+ average all through high school, and look at me, I ended up in radio. Is there any doubt? And here comes the Lyle-Pacelli leadoff batter, the 8 hitter in the lineup, Jaden Lewis. Second baseman, struck out his first time up. Of course, he was facing starting pitcher Easton Fritcher then. Now he's got Nolan Clocky throwing to him. First pitch is called, strike 1. And Jaden Lewis, Landon Meyer, and Cole Walter are the 8-9-1 hitters for Lyle-Pacelli. Here in the 5th, that's called strike 2. Kind of a check swing there from Lewis, but he did not go, and it was a strike called. 0-2 to the leadoff batter in the 5th. That one hits the dirt, so low for a ball. 1-2. Boy, I got excited. I thought that guy had beer, but he's got pop. He's going to go, we got beer. That would really taste good right now. On a hot summer day. There's a pitch outside, and that'll even up the count at 2-2. 2-2 to Jaden Lewis. Looking to get some more base runners going here, and that one's low. 3-2. So he falls behind 0-2 and now works it to a full count. Again, we're online on kqprfm.com, our Facebook page, facebook.com/power96mn, and our YouTube channel, as that's a walk to Lewis, as that'll be the first walk given up by Clocky, second walk of the ball game for Hayfield pitching. Power 96 is 96.1 KQPR FM, Albert Lee, Minnesota. And our YouTube channel is youtube.com. Just search for Power 96 Baseball. And also on the Facebook page, facebook.com/Power96MN. All those venues available for you to view and listen to the live streaming of this game from Timbuk 3 or wherever you are. As the count is 1-0 to Landon Meyer. We got a runner at first and nobody out here in the fifth for Lyle-Pacelli. Swing and a miss, lefty Meyer, who struck out his first time up. And now it's 1-1. They need 7 to tie it. And they're running out of time here in the top of the fifth. Swing and a miss by Meyer. And it's 1-2. As they switch baseballs, and Hayfield catcher Isaiah Temple wails one out there to his pitcher Nolan Clocky. The right-hander sets up and checks the sign. Does not look at the runner. Well, he might be out of the corner of his eye, I guess. That one's outside and going to be a ball 2. 2-2. Lewis at first gets a lead. 4 or 5 steps out there, and the 2-2 from Clocky to Meyer is a ball again. 3-2. Leadoff hitter Cole Walter due up next. With nobody out, runner on first. Top of the fifth, trailing by 7. Here's the pitch. Strike called, and Meyer seemed to know it, as that is the first out of the inning and third strikeout for Clocky, 8th of the game for Hayfield pitching, and that's another Absolute Ag strikeout brought to you by Absolute Ag and Hayfield, the premier livestock waste handling service around. Go ahead and give them all the crap you want. Call Cody at 507-259-9054 and schedule your job. Leadoff hitter Cole Walter, the senior catcher, who was out on a pop-up to the pitcher, and then he had batter interference and was out in the third. There's a called strike 1 to Cole. And Lewis still out there at first. 1 down here in the fifth. 9-2 Hayfield. Looking every bit the number 1 team in Class A in the state of Minnesota in that first inning. A little more human since then with only 1 hit. It was unbelievable. 10 hits, a triple, couple of doubles, 7 singles. Just kept scoring runs 9 times in that first inning. This one's lifted to center. It's shallow. 3 people converging on it. Will it be made? The catch is made by Hayfield center fielder Nolan, former pitcher Easton Fritcher, who switched with Nolan Clocky there. So nice run there by Fritcher to make out number 2. And a long run. Zach Bollingberg is up now. He's 0 for 2. Bounced out to third and then flew out to right. So he's due with 2 outs and a runner at first in the Lyle-Pacelli top of the fifth. Clocky throws to first, and it gets away from the first baseman Hansen, and on to second goes base runner Lewis now in scoring position. As Bolenberg now, they haven't pitched to him yet, so it's still 0-0 as that throw got away from first baseman Hansen. And the pitch, has a nice curveball that's in there for a strike on Bolenberg, or at least a breaking pitch. 0-1 to Zach, and the pitch is outside, scoots through the legs of catcher Temple, and on to third goes Lewis. And it's been several wild pitches now for Hayfield pitching. A number of reasons. I still think it's got to be sweat induced. There's a hot day like this. There's just so much sweat on baseballs, on gloves, on hands, and it's just everywhere. And trying to get a clean release, it's got to be tough. There's a strike called to Bolenberg, makes it 1-2. There's 2 outs here in the 5th, and a runner on third with Lewis out there. After walking, he's made his way around to third. That one's bounced down the third baseline, foul. Still 1-2. Boy, that umpire is going to have a stroke if he keeps doing that. All you got to do is say foul. You don't have to do that. He was out there dancing and flashing his arms around. Oh, no, 1-2. 2 outs. Runner at third. As this Bolenberg at-bat continues. And the pitch. That's low. Nice block there by Temple to keep it in front of him and prevent the run from scoring, but it's a ball 2-2. Clocky has thrown a lot of pitches here this inning. And that one's up and high and tight for ball 3, 3-2. 2 outs, Lewis on third. And Bolenberg looking for an RBI here. Cut that lead to 6 with a base hit, but he walks. Walks as good as a hit, they say. But in that case, it would have been an RBI, and they can use some runs. But Sam Nelson's coming up, and he has a single and a run scored, as well as a steal, and he also struck out in the first. The runners at the corners now with 2 outs for Sam. Second walk for Clocky. He checks the runners and delivers to left-handed hitting Nelson, the senior center fielder. And it's ball 1. As Jed Nelson on deck. Should Sam Nelson reach? And he does reach. He blasts one right up to center for a base hit that scores the run. And now it's first and second with 2 outs. An RBI for Sam Nelson. Makes it 9-3 as Jaden Lewis scores. And finally gets into the shade of the dugout for a little break. He's been standing out there on the base paths for quite a while. First and second, 2 down. Jed Nelson now up, and he can help his own cause. He's the relief pitcher for Lyle-Pacelli. And he can get a base wrap, and Bolenberg might be able to score. Well, he gets away from the catcher, and everybody's going to advance a base. Bolenberg to third, Sam Nelson to second. Still 2 outs. Now a base hit, could score 2 more, and then we got a ball game. It's 9-3 now. Could be 9-5 with a base hit. It is, yeah, that would be ball 1 because I got away from the catcher. 1-0. Here's the pitch. Ooh, just misses that outside corner and low, so 2-0 to Jed. With a couple of ducks out there waiting for him to slap one out to the outfield, and that's strike 1 called. 2-1. Should Jed reach, Hunter Vadir is up next. Here is the 2-1. And he half swung at it, but laid off at it, and it was good because that was way outside and low. Ball 3, 3-1. 2 down. Runners at second and third for the Lyle-Pacelli Athletics. They trail 9-3. They got to run across here in this inning, and that's a swing and a miss to make it 3-2. Took a nice healthy cut at that one. He's just got to make contact, and this will be a lot closer game. 3-2, and a swing and a miss, and Clocky gets him on an off speed for his fourth strikeout, the 9th of the game for Hayfield pitching, and it's another Absolute Ag strikeout brought to you by Absolute Ag and Hayfield, the premier livestock waste handling service around. Give them a call and give them all the crap you want at 507-259-9054 and schedule your job. Well, on the Viking Realty scoreboard, we find that it's 9-3 after 4.5, and Viking Realty in Hayfield specializes in farm properties and residential homes. They got a state-of-the-art listing search and automatic notification services. You got to go to the website and check that out at hayfieldhomes.com. Makes shopping for homes so easy. It lets you control market information so you find the home that fits your exact needs. Call 507-477-2649 or visit hayfieldhomes.com and find your little piece of heaven.
This Lyle-Pacelli Hayfield Class 1A baseball matchup is sponsored tonight by Hodgman Drainage. Their dedicated team specializes in underground solutions using state-of-the-art technology, delivering superior results. Proudly serving area farmers since 1982. When it's time for drainage design and installation, contact Hodgman Drainage at 507-528-2225.
Back here at Riverland in Austin for this big tilt. Number 1 in the state against number 6 in the state. And so far, number 1 has had their way 9-3, going to the bottom of the 5th with the leading team batting. And so the defense of Lyle-Pacelli has really improved here since giving up those 9 runs on 10 hits in the first inning. 1 hit they've given up. A couple of walks along the way, been a hit batter, but 1 hit since the first. And here we go into the bottom of the 5th, and it's a leadoff strike to Eric Bungham, who's the leadoff batter here in 5th for Hayfield. Bungham, a senior shortstop, hit a 2 RBI double in the first, and then he popped out to first base his next time up. Here's the 1-1 pitch, and that's inside for ball 2, 2-1. Jed Nelson continuing on the mound in relief of Zach Bowenberg for Lyle-Pacelli, and he's a quick worker. Oh, that was inside, almost hit him, but ball 3, 3-1. Nothing wrong with establishing the inside part of the plate as a pitcher. I've had 3-1 count now, and that one is, what happened there? He hit his foot or something. Yeah, it went off his foot, so it's a foul ball. It'll go to 3-2 on the count. As Bungham limped a little bit, but he's already all right. He's like, yeah, that's okay. It's just a foot. I got another one. 3-2, and it's ripped to short on the ground. Scooped up there by Jed Nelson. He gets it across to Landon Meyer for the out. 1 up, 1 down here in the 5th. And Isaac Watson, the junior DH, coming up. He had a single, an RBI single, and scored in the first. And then bounce out to pitcher to first. So he's 1 for 2. And he swings at the first offering from Nelson and misses. Strike 1. Another game coming here. 7:30 is the start time. As that one is ball 1, 1-1 to Isaac Watson. 1-1, 1 out. Nobody on here in the bottom of 5. Scheduled for 7. Yeah, Lyle-Pacelli down to their last 6 outs. They're going to have to get some runs going here. They've worked 3 last 2 innings, 2 in the 4th, 1 in the 5th. So they're giving it their all. That's a strike called to Watson, and it makes it 2-2 with 1 down here in the 5th for Hayfield. And that one's lifted foul left side and out of play. Stays 2-2. That another game, Southland has been winning that one rather easily over Wabasha Kellogg. Southland is the number 3 seed. Hayfield number 1, Lyle-Pacelli number 2, Southland number 3. So it would make sense to have those 3 be the last 3 left. The loser of this game plays the winner of that game at 7:30 here tonight for the right to face the winner of this game Thursday for all the marbles and a trip to state. Oh, he thought he was going to walk on that one, but the umpire does the old switcheroo and gives him the called strike 3. And that is strikeout number 3 for Jed Nelson. And it's another Agri-Steel strikeout. Farmers, when it comes to high-quality galvanized storage, AGI MFS bins lead the industry in strength, quality of lifespan with one of the highest-rated roof systems in the industry, and top-of-the-line G115 galvanization. Visit Agri-Steel today at 103 First Street in Lyle or call 507-325-2382 for more information. This one is hit to center on a hop. It's grabbed out there by Sam Nelson. And it's a 2-out base hit for number 9 hitter, Nolan Clockey. He had a triple in the first, struck out in the third, now a single here. And Easton Fritcher, the leadoff batter, batting 4th here in the 5th. He's been busy. He had a single and scored a run. He walked, he was actually hit by a pitch and scored a run, and then struck out in the third. Started out pitching, now playing center field, batting left-handed. That one's outside the ball. There's 2 outs here in the bottom of the 5th. 9-3 Hayfield over Lyle-Pacelli. And the Vikings batting with a runner on first and 2 down. That's a foul and out of play behind the plate for a strike 1-1. (21-0) Hayfield, 18-2 Lyle-Pacelli. It's a clash of monsters here in Class A. 6th ranked Lyle-Pacelli, 1st ranked Hayfield. And there's a 2-1 count now to Fritcher. As Nelson delivers, that one barely misses the corner on the outside, and it goes to 3-1. If Fritcher is able to reach Joey Temple, we'll be up next. And the pitch outside again, but that time it's on the mark, according to the umpire, and it goes to 3-2. It looked like the same spot, and I think Fritcher's having trouble getting the hang of that one, but the umpire's the boss, so there goes the runner, and it was a walk anyway, so. Runners at first and second as Clockey's now on second with Fritcher on first and Joey Temple up. Temple singled in the first. He had a 2 RBI double in the second, and then he flew out to left in the third. Actually, those first 2 at-bats were in the first inning, a single and a double. That was a pretty good inning because they batted 13 that inning and scored 9 runs in the first and have been shut out since. The trouble is, Lyle-Pacelli's only managed 3 runs in the interim, and now it's 9-3 here in the bottom of the 5th. 2 outs, 2 on. This one's in the air to left center, giving chase, but not catching up to it. 2 runs are going to score, and it's a stand-up double for Temple. His second 2 RBI double of the game. And that is good stuff right there. Scoring Fritcher and Clockey to make it 11-3. And making it that much tougher for Lyle-Pacelli to come back in this one. But they do have 6 outs left. Carver Height is up. He blasts one. That's going to be trouble to right as it goes to the gap and bounces once, hits the fence, scores the run. And he could make a triple, and he's on his way for a stand-up triple. RBI 3-bagger for Carver Height, his second, 3rd RBI of the game. He's 3 for 4 now, and it's 12-3. Second triple of the game for the Vikings as they're pouring it on again. Temple scores from second to make it 12-3. Still 2 outs. This is a big 2-out rally here. The first 2 batters were out, and since then it's just been all Hayfield. And there's a pop out to right for Lucas Hansen. That finally ends the inning. But they get 3 more and put it up to 12-3 now after 5. And that's the Southeast Minnesota Real Estate Scoreboard. Rich Rican has 25 years of experience selling properties all over Southeast Minnesota. He can put you in your dream home by calling 507-477-2000 or go online and check him out, semnrealty.com. So at 12-3 with Lyle-Pacelli down to their last 6 outs.
Farmers, when you need to have your livestock waste removed, the only name to know is Absolute Ag in Hayfield. They're the premier livestock waste handling service in southern Minnesota, northern Iowa, and western Wisconsin. Licensed and insured, Absolute Ag will get the job done. Feel free to give them all the crap you want. Call Cody at 507-259-9054 to have Absolute Ag schedule your job. 507-259-9054. And good luck, Vikings, in your quest for another trip to state this year.
Yeah, just 2 hits for Lyle-Pacelli, but they've been able to score 3 runs off of those. Some wild pitches and walks helping them along the way, but they got 2 in the 4th, 1 in the 5th, and then just as they were starting to come back, Hayfield slaps them with 3 more in the bottom of the 5th to go up 12-3. And so we start the 6th. And the Vikings have another pitching change in there. Carver Height coming in to be the 3rd pitcher of the game for the Vikes. Let me write that in here. What is Carver? He is a junior. He relieves Clocky, who relieved Fritcher. Those two Fritcher had 5 strikeouts and a walk. Clocky had 4 strikeouts and 2 walks. And Carver Height comes in for the 6th, and he's going to be facing the 5, 6, 7 hitters. Hunter Vadir, the 8th grader, leads off here. And with Mac Nelson, the sophomore next, and then another sophomore, Jake Truckenmiller, up 3rd. So the youngsters up to bat here for Lyle-Pacelli, trailing 12-3 and down to their last 6 outs. Facing a fresh reliever, Carver Height. Carver had been playing out there in right field, and I'm not sure where Clocky went, but we'll find out. As the pitch, it's 1-0. That's outside, 2-0 to Vadir. A couple of 8th graders in the starting lineup for Lyle-Pacelli. Landon Meyer, the other one with Vadir. And that one is a ball. Again, 3-0 to start off here for Carver Height. Off the mound. And the 3-0 is a called strike. Taking all the way, Vadir. Hunter has a single and a walk and a run scored and a stolen base in this game. And he swings and misses at that one. It was outside for a 3-2 count. Leading off here in the 6th for Lyle-Pacelli. Need 9 runs before they run out of time here, but there's a strikeout by Height, his first, and the team's 10th. And it's another Absolute Ag strikeout. Boy, they got their money for worth here. Absolute Ag in Hayfield, the premier livestock waste handling service. Give them a call. Give them all the crap you want at 507-259-9054 and schedule your job. Strike 1 to Mac Nelson. Mac struck out and had a RBI strikeout in the 3rd as it got away from the catcher, and he was able to get a run across there. So 0 for 2 for Mac. It's 1-1 now to him. And that one is, well, he thought it was inside because of it, but the umpire called it a strike. We've seen that several times. Players thinking it was right in on him, and the umpire called it a strike.
Southland won 15-1 in 5 innings.
15-1, 10-run rule, and 5 for Southland. So they will take on the loser of this game. This one's popped up, but it's in play in foul territory, but catcher unable to make the grab there was Isaiah Temple. He cruised over there, but the ground does change texture over there. That might have messed him up a little bit as he fell trying to make the catch there. He's all right, but Couldn't come up with that one, so new life for Mac Nilsson with a 1-2 count. Nobody on here, and one out in the 6th. And he ducks on that one to make it 2-2. New pitcher, Carver Height, comes in, strikes out his first batter. And now, that one's fouled back on the fists to the screen to make it a 2-2 count again. Down to 5 outs. Pacelli. They have life yet. It's a double elimination. They haven't lost yet. So this, if they do lose, it would be their first, and they'd take on Southland here at 7:30. That's a swing and a miss for Nelson. That's 2 up and 2 down by strikeout for Height. And that's another Absolute Ag strikeout. And Absolute Ag from Hayfield invites you to give them as much crap as you want because they are the premier livestock waste handling service around. Call 507-259-9054 and schedule your job. And here is the third batter. 2 up, 2 down here in the 6th. And Height making it look easy. Ball 1, and the crowd goes woo. They thought that would have been, the Hayfield faithful thought that should have been a strike. But, hey, you're up 12-3, so you can't get every call. They get that one as strike 1, 1-1. When you're 21-0, I guess you expect everything to go your way, and it does for the most part for this Hayfield squad. They're good, and Lyle-Pacelli's a great team too. They've run into a buzzsaw. This 9-run first really put a crimp in their sails, as it would for most teams. But they didn't crumble. They kept coming at them. This one's lifted to right, and a diving catch made out there by center fielder. No, Easton Fritcher. That was actually the right fielder's ball. It looked like Carver Height out there. No, he's the pitcher now, so that must be where Nolan Clockey went. But a diving grab by center fielder Easton Fritcher, and that's the third out. 3 up, 3 down in the 6th, and now Lyle-Pacelli down to their last 3 outs. On a long fly to center there. And we look at the Viking Realty scoreboard. Shows 12-3 after 5.5 in favor of Hayfield. And Viking Realty of Hayfield specializes in farm properties as well as residential homes. And they have state-of-the-art listing, search, and automatic notification services. Those are features that let you control market information so you find a home that fits your exact needs. Call them at 507-477-2649, or you can visit hayfieldhomes.com and find your little piece of heaven.
High school sports are as American as apple pie. And going to a game or meet is a chance to see the stars of tomorrow shine today. But as anyone who's ever attended a high school event in Minnesota knows, you can't have the stars without the stripes. High schools are currently looking for new officials in almost every sport. Who looks good in stripes? Anybody looking for a way to stay connected to a sport they love. If you like the idea of giving back to your community while earning a few extra bucks, chances are you'd look good in stripes too. We want to hear from you. We need to hear from you. No officials means no games. No stripes means no stars. And what kind of America would that be? Minnesota needs more high school officials. Go to highschoolofficials.com to sign up or learn more. That's highschoolofficials.com.
Power 96 is looking for camera operators to assist with our live streaming of high school sports. Pay will be on a per-game basis. If you're interested, either call us at 507-373-9600 during regular business hours or email power96@kqprfm.com.
Hunter Vadere takes over on the pitcher's mound for Lyle-Pacelli for Jed Nelson, who goes to center field. And Vadere is an 8th grader taking the hill here, third pitcher for the Athletics. Trying to keep Hayfield from scoring here in the bottom of the 6th as Lyle-Pacelli down to the last 3 outs in the 7th. And down 12-3. Hayfield trying to add to their lead here. And there's a strike called to leadoff hitter Isaiah Temple. He was hit by a pitch his last time up. He struck out, and he also had an RBI single in the first. Pitch is outside, 1-1. 9 in the first, 3 in the 5th for Hayfield, 2 in the 4th, and 1 in the 5th for Lyle-Pacelli. This one's foul down the third base side. Hit a mile, but a long strike is all it is. 1-2. A little early on that one, Isaiah. The 1-2 from Vadir is a single to the gap in right center. It's going to roll away. He's going to have a stand-up double. Temple. That's his second hit. And he stands at second base. But the 12th hit. They have 13 on the scoreboard, but I have 12. I count differently. I use an abacus. So it's a little different. So nobody out, runner at second. And here's Ethan Sluthog. And he's got a single and then 2 ground outs to second and short. And that one gets away from Pacelli catcher Cole Walter and down to third. Scampers Temple. 90 feet away from the 13th run of the game. And a wild pitch there for Vadir as he walks around the mound. While he was waiting because shortstop Jed Nelson was talking to the field umpire out there at second. Now he's ready to go. 1-0. Runner at third. Gets a good look at him with his right-handed pitcher. You can see him right there. That one's low for a ball. 2-0. Sluthog actually hit into a double play his last time up. An inning-ending double play. Yeah, this one is fouled behind the plate. 2-1. It took a while, but it hit the roof up here. I'd forgotten about it, and all of a sudden it hit the roof. That's how high it went. 2-1 to Sluthog as Vadir looks in and throws in low for ball 3, 3-1. It is sloppy hot today, man. Not a lot of a breeze here in the press box. It looks a little breezier outside, but not in here. We've got windows and doors open, but it's not helping much. There's a strike called. 3-2. I could have been shirtless and wearing a G, but I didn't think that would go over big here in the press box. As a walk to Sluthog. So runners at the corners now. First walk given up by Vadir. And it brings up Eric Bungham, the shortstop, who had a 2 RBI double in the first, popped out to the first baseman in the second, and in the 5th inning he had a 6-3 ground out, shortstop. So nobody out now. There goes the runner, and the catcher not able to get a good hold on the ball to make a throw, so easily stolen. Of course, there was a runner at third, too, so you're not going to give up another run trailing 12-3 already if you don't have to. So a stolen base there for Sluthog. Unchallenged. That's a nice play at third. He's going to come home. They got to tag him, and he can't. That's the 13th run. And it ends the game with a 10-run rule here. 13-3. As they've already had their at-bat in the 5th. And so with Temple coming in, scoring the 13th run, that means that Hayfield goes to 22-0. And the number 1 team in Class A is going to have off until Thursday at 5 right here on this field. And they'll take on the winner of the next game between Lyle-Pacelli and Southland. And that game should get going here. They say 7:30, so another 45 minutes. I don't know what they're saying there, but they're probably announcing, it looks like, when the game will get going. But we thank our sponsors, Viking Realty, Southeast Minnesota Real Estate, sponsoring the scoreboard here in this half inning with Rich Regan and his 25 years experience selling properties all over Southeast Minnesota. And he can put you in your dream home by calling 507-477-2000 or online at semnrealty.com. Thanks to Farmers Insurance Agent Jim Benson. You can get great insurance coverage for home, auto, life, commercial, or financial services. And he's got 30 years of experience, so he can get you exactly what you need. Call 507-433-9696 or stop in from 8 to 5 weekdays at 209 4th Avenue Northeast in Austin. As well as Viking Realty. There's Absolute Ag as well, and Lyle-Pacelli along with Hodgman Drainage. And we thank all of them. Again, it's 13 to 3 here, and coming up at 7:30 or thereabouts, we'll have the Losers Bracket Championship between Lyle-Pacelli and Southland, the 2 and 3 seeds here in this section. Will meet right here at Dick Seltz Field, and the winner will take on Hayfield on Thursday for the right to go to state. And I'm Jay Paul. Thanks to Reg, and we'll be back again with another game here at 7:30 on Power 96 Sports.